Hello guys, Arkan here. I just want to take some time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up for the channel. It's an additional way you can support us. So I will put the link in the YouTube cards and in the description. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello guys, Arkant here. Welcome to another toe dip. This is Dog Bloods. This VN was developed by WetDogs Studio, and it tells about a protagonist who is plagued by misfortune. While attending a funeral, the main character meets a silver fox who claims to be the Chanbei, and under his guidance is able to avoid disaster. Finally, the main character catches a break and explores the reasons behind their run of bad luck. The reason why the VN is named Dog Bloods is that dog blood in Chinese refers to a plot or story that is overly dramatic, cliched, and lacking in originality. With that, let's check out the story. Oh, creepy. We have this cute little animation at the start, but I don't think it's really cute. It's looking less cute and more grim. Okay. I don't know what happened. The first incident was back in elementary school. The elevator I was riding on somehow lost control. I went up to the top floor and rapidly plummeted. The metal box... Oh, all I could hear was venomous curses. Oh. The ceaseless echoing of wailing. After that, only silence and darkness remained. I awoke. My field of vision was filled with pale white. At that young age, I couldn't understand what had happened. But the unpleasant smell in the air and the noise of the machines running in my ears made me deeply uneasy. I instinctively called out my parents' names. Everyone in the room hastily crowded around me. A doctor with glasses, a gentle-looking nurse, a mysterious man in a suit, and a stern policeman all stood over me. They comforted me in a tone that I couldn't tell was either worried or sad. But I just kept repeating my parents' names over and over. The man in the suit stood up, moved toward my bed, and recounted the incident detachedly. It was an accident. The elevator fell, but the cause is unknown. Under his laconic description, a vague feeling began to spread throughout my body. I recalled the warmth of being held by my parents in the elevator. They sandwiched me tightly between them. And at that moment, my feet lifted off the elevator floor. It was their last attempt to save me from falling. Your mother is still in a coma. She's still in danger. As the terrible news sunk in, that vague feeling became more transparent. I remember my father seemed to have said something. An ear-splitting screech drowned out his final words. He held my mother and me together, using his body as a buffer to protect us from imminent death. And with a jarring noise, he and the unheard words were torn into pieces. Ah, right, my father is gone. Yes, your father has passed away. Please accept our condolences. The man in the suit frowned upon hearing my murmuring, and later exchanging glances with the other people present. It's trauma, it's aftermath, it's psychological shadow. Any of these would work. Hearing the terrible news of my closest family member's death left me unsure of what to feel. And it was probably just because I didn't know how to face it. Memories, emotions, and experiences of reality about my father surged up. Like a montage of scenes, interweaving, shattering, and reorganizing in no particular order. The death of a loved one was like a mirage on the horizon, untouchable. The feelings that resurfaced in my heart at this moment were more real. Now, I completely remembered. It was there before I even entered the elevator. There's a heavy, viscous malice that's impossible to ignore. It seems to condense the air and make my blood flow backward. It's the same malice that's been trying to take my life. It's the same malice that began to pour and accumulate in the moment the elevator doors closed. It's the same malice, along with the lingering echo of elevator music in my ears, that took deep root in my mind. Chapter 1. There was a distinct stain on the collar of Chanbei's shirt. It had a rough texture to it, as if it were dried egg whites. What could have made such a stain? When did that even happen? Didn't Chanbei notice it? Why do I care so much? The road in front of me became fuzzy as I was lost in thought. I started drifting over the middle lines, nearing the guardrails. Chanbei yelled out, snapping me back to reality. Shouldn't you watch where you're going? The rusted seaside road came back into focus. I cranked the wheel to the side and got back on the road. The engine roared as if it was angry at my mistake, overpowering the crashing of the waves. The filthy and foamy ocean lay just below both sides of the road. If I crashed down there, the car would have been totaled for sure. And then I'd probably end up drinking too much seawater and dying of dehydration. Sorry, I zoned out. After clearing my head, I apologized to Chanbei, who sat next to me. It's all right. I don't mind taking over for a bit if you need a break. I knew he didn't mean that. He has had his head buried in his smartphone since we started driving. In fact, Chanbei is addicted to his phone all day, every day. Even when he taught me how to drive. He sat in the passenger seat, told me which pedal did what, and then settled in on his phone. That's when I understood. Whenever Chanbei is on his phone, everything else in the world becomes irrelevant to him. I'm not complaining, though. I don't mind acting as if his private chauffeur. I just feel like it's a bit much to make a new driver drive on a high-speed interstate like this. It's pushing the limits. Although, it was my fault for being distracted regardless. If only I had bought that car with autopilot. I mean, having a car that could drive itself on this desolate highway sounds pretty cool, right? The exit is coming up. Our exit is right there. Ah. Right. I was lost in thought again. I feel like Chanbei should take over. Well, I can at least keep us from getting into an accident, I think. I took the exit, driving slowly and carefully. I followed Chanbei's instructions, crossing into the next land and then stopping at the red light. However, before I could relax, something was shoved into my field of view. Chanbei's phone now occupied my vision. On the screen was a full-screened image of me, nude after... I'm not sure what he did, but the image's contrast was extreme. Okay. Let's look at that for a second. In the photo, I was lying on the bed in the back of the car. There was all over the place. My shirt was halfway up, teasing my chest and abs. I still remember the sticky feeling. I was going to take off the rest of my clothes. But Chanbei told me not to, so I didn't. My pants and underwear were pulled down to my calves. My face was entirely exposed. Okay, it's slowly going down. Anyone who saw this photo could definitely tell it was me. But there's nothing special about my looks. I feel like the selling point is supposed to be my body and the fluids. So, speaking of which, how did I even make that face? Why was my tongue hanging out like that? Is it because Chanbei took the photo? Were those taken this morning? Yep, and there's a video, too. Video? People are more likely to hook up with someone who posts both. Hook up? What? Who? Am I not going to have with Chanbei anymore? Me? Having with a stranger? Yes. Me? Yes. Don't you want to experience how it feels to penetrate? I mean, yeah, but just think of it as a mandatory treatment. Prescribed by yours truly. A new treatment? Well, if it's for therapeutic purposes, then who are you sending these to? I'd post it on the SNS we made earlier. And there will be multiple options ahead. Please save the game. Okay, thanks for that tip. Wait, you haven't checked it recently, have you? The smartphone is more than just for calling people, you know? It is for addiction. Chanbei keeps promoting these phones like a salesperson. He leaned over. He put his phone in front of both of us. As he swiped around, various dazzling settings popped up on the software that showed all my nude pictures. Chit-chat aside, if you are satisfied with the photo, then pick a filter yourself. A filter? I honestly don't care. Here, pick the one you like. Let's go with blue. Ah, you like the blue one? Chanbei moved back to his seat. He started to edit the picture. I have some more photos in this folder. Under Chanbei's watch, I took his phone again, browsing my nudes while we sat in front of the red light. I'm not sure if this is a coincidence. My face is either drowned in the darkness or happened to be blocked in the rest of the photos. The areas from the neck to the thighs, however, are quite clear. Whether the vessels or the from the tip of my seems to be the points. And the muscles. To be honest, I think it's a bit exaggerated. Look astonishingly strong in the high contrast. I feel these photos seem to look less with the filter. Maybe it's because it's my own body. Would it be regarded as a narcissist if you have a yearning for yourself? Hmm. It doesn't appear like you're interested. Oh, no, not like that. I was so worried about being misunderstood by Chanbei. I pulled myself together and explained. I just never thought to have with someone other than. So a little nervous. But I'll do my best. So that you can be cured sooner? Yes, I don't want to keep on like this. Chanbei simply nods slightly when he hears my response. Then he goes back to the realm of his cell phone. I step on the gas pedal as little as I could when the green light comes just in time. The day is still young. When I arrived at the destination with my Chanbei, it was still before noon. But this road is quite literally a pain in the ash. Ouch. Is this the road we're taking back home too? Chanbei, where are we going to stay tonight? Tonight, do you have any allergy to seafood? Seafood? Honestly, seafood is not worth the effort for me. Too many fish bones. However, I'm not allergic to it. Nope, I'm not allergic. Why do you ask? There's an old dock just west of here. I plan to use that as a base. There are basic living facilities in the warehouse there. Oh. Basic necessities. A stove, a toilet. And, most importantly, a full bathroom. It's been ages since I had a proper shower. Maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can finally take a hot bath too. I spared mentioning that there's actually still on me from this morning, and it feels really gross and crusty now. However, there might not be enough running water left. However, I'm going to the city to restock. So even if we use up all the remaining water tonight, it won't be a problem. If all else fails, you can just boil the seawater and distill it, right? Chanbei is teasing me again. Well, if there's a way to boil the seawater, then I'm guessing there's also a way to take a hot bath, right? Before we end the video, I would like to give a massive thank you to our patrons. Your support means more than the world to us. It means the galaxy to us. And a special shout out to AGN for becoming a Lightfall associate. Thank you so much. Check out patreon.com/arkandray07 to be a patron today. Ciao!